In this video, I'm going to share 3 reasons why fasting works better for weight loss than just cutting calories. My name's Ben. I'm a PA, which is similar to a doctor, and I've spent a lot of time learning about fasting and nutrition, and I share beginner tips and strategies to help you improve your health. So let's go ahead and get into these 3 reasons why fasting is better for weight loss than cutting calories. But first, credit to Dr. Jason Fung, because that's where I first kind of heard these 3 things listed together in one of his books called The Diabetes Code. All right, so reason number 1 why fasting is better than just counting calories. If you're trying to lose weight, which of course, when I say lose weight, I mean reduce body fat. So not just losing weight, but I know that's how people usually say it, so that's why I'm saying that. Anyway, reason number 1 has to do with your metabolism. And here's the thing. If you cut calories day after day after day, then after a while, your body gets the message there's not much energy coming in. And so after a while, it has to do something to keep you alive. It has to slow down your metabolism. Otherwise, you would die. So if you cut calories consistently on a daily basis for a while, then your metabolism will slow down. In contrast, fasting doesn't necessarily slow down your metabolism. Of course, it's going to depend on exactly what your fasting schedule is and all that. But the nice thing about fasting is you don't necessarily do it the same way every day. For example, a lot of people do alternate day fasting. And so then they fast about 3 days per week. But what are they doing on the other days? Feasting. So fasting and feasting. And so feasting in this case means eating high quality food until you're nice and full. And if you do that, if you feast at the times when you're not fasting, you're able to keep your body strong and keep your metabolism strong. So fasting is able to keep your metabolism strong if you approach it correctly, whereas calorie restriction will not. Eventually, your metabolism is going to slow down with calorie restriction. So that was reason number 1. So let's move on to reason number 2, why fasting works better than cutting calories when it comes to losing weight. So reason number 2 has to do with insulin. So what do you know about insulin? Insulin is a hormone. Your pancreas kind of pumps this out after you eat carbs or other food, and it helps to regulate blood sugar by kind of ushering the blood sugar into your cells, particularly your fat cells and your muscle cells. So that's insulin. And then, of course, there are people with diabetes who have to inject insulin to try to control their blood sugar. So when insulin is high, you're storing body fat, you're storing energy, and you're kind of increasing body fat. When insulin is low, you're able to access your body fat and use it for energy. Insulin's kind of that key that opens up your fat cells. So the nice thing about fasting is that it lowers your insulin. And when your insulin comes down, you're more easily able to use body fat for energy. In contrast, even if you kind of cut calories, if you're eating frequently and if you're eating processed foods, you're still going to have pretty high insulin overall. And so you're not going to be able to very effectively use your body fat for energy. It's kind of trapped inside your fat cells. So that's the contrast. And that's why fasting works better, because it can lower your insulin more than if you're just cutting calories. All right. Reason number 3 why fasting works better than cutting calories when it comes to weight loss. Reason number 3 is hunger. So you probably know from experience, what usually happens when you go on a calorie restriction diet is after a little while, because your metabolism's slow and for other reasons, you're just hungry all the time and sluggish and feeling crappy. And so that's why people usually give up and then they rebound back to their previous weight or beyond. But fasting actually helps control hunger. So there's this hunger hormone called ghrelin. It kind of goes up and down every day, and you get hungry around meal times and stuff like that, times when you're used to eating. Well, the longer that you fast, the lower ghrelin gets in general. So fasting actually helps control hunger, contrary to popular belief that you're going to be super hungry all the time if you fast. No, I mean, you get hungry for a little while and then it kind of levels off and actually drops when you're fasting, basically. And then there's these ups and downs, and occasionally you can get hunger pangs and things like that. But in general, fasting actually helps you control hunger and feel less hungry, and certainly a lot less hungry compared to if you're doing a calorie restriction diet. those are the 3 reasons why fasting works better for weight loss. And if you want to know how to get started with intermittent fasting, here's a video that'll show you exactly how to get started and to make it as easy as possible from the very beginning. I'll explain exactly how to do that. So go ahead and watch this video right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.